Hey, best friends. Welcome to the Bestie Advice Podcast. Where we discuss all things relationships. And now for part 2 of navigating work relationships.
Okay, here's another question we have for you all. Can you be friends? So, and I want to start with you, Sharonda, with this particular question, because it's something that you actually said earlier. Can you be friends with your manager? Can you have a genuine work relationship and friendship with your manager? Is that even possible?
Yes. They're people. I still have a genuine friendship with my manager right now. Well, ex-manager, no longer manager, but ex-manager. But yeah, you can be. Okay. Because I understand the boundaries.
Yeah.
Right.
So when I know I'm not going to come and say, I know Lisa got a whole week off, but I want them same days. I know the boundaries.
And right.
I'm gonna need those days off too.
Exactly.
Right. And then you have to, and then the important thing is learn when to cut work off, right? So when I come home at night, I may be frustrated in this day. I may call Carver, I may vent from this day, but I'm not going to call you every single night about work, right? That's not cultivating a friendship. That's you just pretty much ruining my evening because you're talking about work and it's and This Is Us is on, and that's what I want to watch, and I don't want to hear
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
right.
Stop it. So just knowing when to cut work off and friendship on.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of organically works too, because I know it's been times where I've come to work and I've talked to Cameron about something personal during work hours, but I've also called her in my personal time to talk about work. So just knowing the boundaries, just understanding the boundaries.
Absolutely.
And not saying, well, look, girl, I'm trying to buy a new car and I know raises is coming up. So you kind of got to know. You got to know.
Yeah.
So I think that you can. It just depends on the people and just who you are. You know, don't take advantage of their title.
Yeah.
And then for the flip side of it is, if they're your boss, they shouldn't lean on you for everything either, just because you're friends. So don't come to me with all the questions. Don't ask me for the tea. Don't ask me nothing about Cameron. Don't ask me nothing about Lisa. So, no, then our friendship isn't genuine. So it kind of just, you know.
Yeah. I agree.
I think you can. I genuinely think that you can. And to me, those become your best friends because little bit of favoritism, they teach you more, right? So they start giving you more education. So even though you can't get those days off or whatever, but they still know, hey, look, what do you think about certain things? So it kind of
balances itself out.
Yeah, it kind of balances itself out. It kind of works.
Yeah.
It kind of works.
Yeah, that's good.
I agree. It's boundaries and exposure. So whatever you choose to expose me to, whatever I choose to expose you to, and then those boundaries. But you know, everybody has, all relationships have boundaries.
Yeah. Agree.
You know,
yeah.
And
I know
that's just an unwritten law.
Yeah.
Even God had boundaries. The water don't come on the land. I don't know how, but it don't. The lions don't come over here from Africa.
I'm just saying.
There's boundaries. You know, there's just things that don't mix. You know,
Yeah.
so there's boundaries, and I think that that's just the foundation of any relationship. Boundaries.
Yeah. And I know one thing as far as with Lisa. Lisa was really cool with a manager, or her actual manager. Y'all came in on the same, you know who I'm talking about. And I would talk to Lisa, and the first thing I would say is, look, watch this. I'm about to tell you something. Don't you tell. It's like, girl.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
There's two different relationships. It's not, I'm telling you. I'm like, all right now, look, because you know, I know
I keep it separate. Because you don't want to. So I did have a manager. She's now a manager. We started off at the same level. She became a supervisor and then she became a manager. But the one thing I'm conscious of is I don't share those things because you don't want to now compromise that person's feelings. Like I would never want to put my manager in a position where I'm sharing information and she has to choose between her job and the information she has.
Yeah.
Because now now you're blurring the line. So I'm not going to share with her, something at this level when she's here.
Yeah.
Because she has a duty. She has a job. She has, so again, boundaries. No, I'm not going to share that with her because she might be in on it too. Not spitefully to me, but it's part of the process and she got to go with the flow. But me and Karen don't necessarily agree with the flow. I'm not going to put pressure on her to, change or jump on the bandwagon with us. You here. I need you to stay here. So the stuff we don't agree with, you could speak up for us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you just have to, again, boundaries.
Yeah.
I definitely agree.
Jill, Elise?
Well, Dr. Irene, I was gonna say
the first.
Is because Doc technically, well, she's still my, even though I don't work at JBS
I
anymore.
know.
Doc was our direct, she was the dean. We were both, Lisa and I are both assistant deans.
Yeah.
And so we reported into Doc. And I think, yes, you can, to answer the question in short, yes, you can be friends with your manager. I think honestly, it kind of works in your favor sometimes when there are intimate things that may be going on at home that you otherwise couldn't disclose to another manager to be like, look, this is a situation going on at home. You know, I do my job, but I got to run home real quick. And so in those instances, it can be a benefit. But I mean, other than that, I guess it just depends on the type of manager you got. I mean, Dr. Irene is just cool. So I mean, we just when she became our manager, even though she said I was a bit standoffish. Well, I had to check you out. I had to make sure you.
I had to check me out. I know.
Because sometimes they be coming off like, oh yeah, I'm cool.
Had me
and then you be in the write up tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Remember when you held me up outside? I think she was with you, Elise. What are you gonna do to change things? This is what I've been going through. I was like, okay, I'm gonna help. Okay, I understand, but I knew her heart and what she wanted to see change. And she had, the person she had reported into, just different things that was going on there. So I knew her heart because the girl is smart, she's brilliant. So her thing is like, if I'm putting my programs together and I'm executing and I'm meeting all my metrics, I want my credit, don't take my work and present it as yours, so, I knew that about her and she didn't know that about me, that I wasn't going to do that. So I had to show her who I am. Like, I'm not going to take, I'm not going to take credit for her work. I'm not going to, demean anything that she's doing. I wanted to show her that I was going to respect everything. And I tried my best to say, no, Jill did this. Jill did that. No, Jill, what's your idea? Run with it, do it, and push her to do that because she was smart. And I think that her light didn't shine the way it should have been until, I guess until she reported it to me, because then I was like, do it, flow with it. And then we start seeing her flow with all these different numbers that she was doing with her wealth creation workshop, her real estate classes, getting funding for them. I think you had like over 1,000 people register for, your seminar. She did a town hall. We had never seen the numbers before in her financial literacy town hall that she did. So it was like she started really thriving and, hey, do your Money Mondays, whatever you want to do. She just let me know I'm doing this and this. And I just trusted her. And that's what she needed. And now look, because of people saw her work and her work ethic and she was able to shine, she hosted like our Christmas party at work. She has so much favor, at work with pastor. People look at her differently now. And then her heart for the Joseph Business School, she wanted us to pray. So we started praying. And she was just so mad at us because I was getting there for like, I've already prayed with my church at 6 a.m. Now I'm back on the phone at 8 a.m. And Jill would already be speaking in tongues. And I'd be like, Lord, okay,
We said maybe we should do once a week prayer as a team. And so once a week prayer to me, we all gonna pray. They was like, no, you just pray and we just gonna listen. And then they all be on the call telling us, amen. Yes, God. Yes.
We would. I mean, I just think like, you know, being able to, for me, learning everybody's personality. And so being able to manage that. But you wasn't mean, Jill, but to me, you just was like, what you getting ready to do? Because I've been managed by several people and it didn't work. So how are you getting ready to be different? And and it was personal for me. And Elise wasn't standoffish or anything, but I could tell her and I have similar personalities as far as being introverted. And so we both have that nonchalant, like, okay, we can be cool or we don't have to be cool, you know? And so I said, okay, I know how Elise's personality is because I can be that way where I can say, I'm good. I'm good. You know, I say that all the time at work. I ain't got to be in the front. I ain't got to be here. And so just learning how to get Elise to fully trust me, just managing them different. And then they're all grown, successful women running programs and they're right. And I knew that. And so I think developing a relationship with them was very important to me and showing them that I trusted them. And then just our friendship became very organic because they're all women. We all had a lot of things in common, I think. Yeah. And that's what helped. And then these are some amazing people. I'm gonna say y'all are some amazing women to know. Like I'm always amazed that I'm like, I get to work with some of the best people, you know. and I purposely watch because if Elise don't sing, I hate to say, I'd be like, oh, I can't watch it. I need those. I click off, you know.
The church, man. You can listen.
But I can tell you something about good leadership as well. When you have a manager who's also a friend, we really didn't get, maybe I shouldn't say this, but I'm gonna say it.
Look,
Wait, think about it. Think about it before you say it.
I know what you
You can edit this, right? Are you gonna edit it? She can edit it.
I can edit it.
Okay, but I'll say this. Yeah. We really got our appropriate titles or titles that were comparable to the amount of work that we were doing once we were under Dr. Irene's leadership. I mean, before that, I was a coordinator for I was like admin a long time coming. But we were doing the work, like we were doing managerial work.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get a title change. We're gonna get a title change today, maybe tomorrow, maybe next year. and then so it just also talks to her leadership style that not only was she able to be at the top as a dean, but manage assistant deans where it's like they are managing their own departments and I'm empowering them to be and become who they need to be in this area. Yeah. It wasn't that it's like, okay, I'm gonna just be the dean and I'm gonna wear the crown. It was like, no, I'm gonna empower each of you. And I think that ultimately all of our programs begin to thrive because of that. It was, all the programs just started taking off. I don't think that there was any one of our programs that the numbers didn't it was off the chain. And then it got to the point that everybody was asking Dr. Irene, like, what you doing? Like, how is your program blowing up? She's like, because I let them do what they gonna do.
Right. I was going to chime in and say, I think too, that yes, you can be friends with your manager. I think in my case, like Dr. Irene said, it was like, I could take you or leave you. I don't really care, you know, but I think when you realize that this is a person, like you, Sharona, what you were saying about, they're people too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think prior to Dr. Irene becoming our manager, we were working under people who you kind of had to keep them at arm's length because I ain't calling no names. You gotta keep them at arm's length. Oh, okay.
You're fine.
You gotta keep them at arm's length because you can't trust them.
Right.
You know, or because there's just this game that you gotta play, this job game that you have to play, and you have to always think 2 steps ahead or think about what this conversation could potentially lead to, or, you know, it may seem like it's all friendly and nice right now. And then, you know, next thing you know, it's going to change on you, or
absolutely,
you know what I mean? Or it's a situation where I'm trying to create boundaries, but you don't, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So that mutual understanding of things like that, it just wasn't all the way there prior to Dr. Irene. And so when she came on and I was able to say, oh, okay, I'm going to work for you. I'm going to do my job. I'm going to do what I have to do regardless.
Yeah.
But there will be an extra side to me that you'll be able to see. And to piggyback off what Dr. Irene was saying, it was like when she first met, you know, myself and Jill and our counterpart, you know, it was kind of like, okay, I gotta see how you all are and manage you differently, so forth and so on. And Jill was like, okay, look, you gonna make these changes or not? Me, I'm like, look, I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna help you out because you're new to the ecosystem. You know what I mean? Like, let me give you the tea. Listen, I'm gonna help you play this church game because they funny acting up in here. Listen, it's rules to the game. In this mug. And if you don't play it right, you know, you mess around and get side swiped with a scripture. You know what I mean? With a scripture. They will cut you with the word and then say Jesus. And then you and what can you say? What can you say?
Right.
Anytime you put God told me on top of it, it just totally wipes out all protocols, all, you know, all boundaries, all everything. And I'm like, no, look, I'm gonna show you how much I like you because I'm gonna help you out. If I didn't like you, I'd be like, oh no, really? I mean,
right. At least you do it. I couldn't do it, y'all. I really couldn't do it. And I think that's a testament to having a good friend at work. A good friend at work and a good manager who's also a friend at work. Because I used to be like, I can't do it no more. I'm not gonna fake it no more. Like, that's why I think I came to Doc like that. Like, what we doing? Because I'm not gonna do it. I was nice to the other managers and you know,
that didn't work for you.
Go nowhere. So can you tell me what we doing? And Elise used to be like, you're not playing the game right. And I was like, I don't got time to be playing no games. I want to go home and get my check.
Right, exactly.
Too much energy. My brain hurt.
We all want the check, okay? But you gotta play that game right, because if you don't, then you know you get caught up in situations where you know you just find yourself in mess, and you know it's really hard to have work relationships with managers when you know that they may or may not have been the one to cause mess. You know, listen, but to answer your question, yes, I you can definitely.
It's funny. I'm with Jill on that one. Like, where's my money? Put my money right there. But I ain't got to be friends with you. We ain't got to be cool. But I can say that I am blessed as far as at my job to have the manager that I do have, and Sharonda and Lisa. You know, they know her. They've worked with her, and she is the type that she's going to be honest. What she cannot say or what she cannot reveal, she'll say, I can't share that with you all right now. He's not going to try to talk around it or trying to fake the funk, giving us some lame story. She'll just say, I can't talk about that. But what she can share, she shares. I would usually go to them like, y'all know they're getting ready to do such and such, right? Wait, hold on. Y'all manager didn't tell y'all they was getting ready to change
baby.
She does that all the time.
My manager told me, because I'm the type, any meetings that we're in, if it's seeming like something is not right with what you're saying, I'm going to say, I need clarity. Okay, so you just said this, that, and the other. I'm going to need you to say it again. I'm not understanding. I need you to be clear with what it is.
And then she's going to ask for the paperwork.
Where is that?
They done changed the policy. What you mean they changed the policy?
Take me to the policy.
I'm about to send you an email.
I'm not that one.
Attached. And I'm like, change the policy. It says it right here. She'll do a screen share. You're like,
Yes.
Talking
So
about.
I want to
Right
be clear. So I can say that I am blessed that my manager and I'm not going to say that we're friends.
Yeah.
I don't look at her as being my friend, but I do look at her as somebody being honest with me.
Yeah.
And yes, I can text her like, look, this is what's going on. That's what's going on. I'm gonna have to be off tomorrow. And she's saying, okay, because one, not to try to toot my own horn, but I'm a good employee. Okay. So I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna do my job, and I'm gonna do my job well. So you can count on me. I'm not playing with the time. I'm not milking the time. I'm coming there to do a job. And Jill, so come back.
I ain't here to play no game. I came to do my job. And
That's it. That's it. I don't have. You ain't ever got to say my name at the company meeting.
Right.
In my check.
You tell me the date you want it, best believe you gonna have it on that day. If I got to stay there all night to get it done, you gonna get it. Don't worry.
Exactly. Exactly.
Lord.
This is like a really good conversation. I really am excited about this. We do have some signature questions we want to ask you guys just about like friendships in general, not, you know, with Elise and Jill or Sharonda and Lisa or anything, just in general, all of your friendships. And so Sharonda and I have this thing with green flags in friendships and red flags in friendships. So let's start with a red flag. So in your friendships, like what would a deal breaker be? What would cause you like to sever or end a friendship? In any order, anyone can go.
Dishonesty.
You lie about stupid stuff.
You slept with my man.
Right.
They basically said the same.
This the call? This the call we on? We're trying to clean my thoughts. Like, let me see. Sleep with my man.
Dishonesty.
I know.
I
just do that after.
If I come to work and I'm looking like I am disheveled, please tell me. Not have me out here
looking disheveled,
cute, and my shirt and my pants don't match. No. I need you to tell me, girl. I know you thought that was good intentions, a good try. However, that is not for you. Tell me.
That's true.
Tell me. You know, don't have me out here thinking I'm super cute and everything, and then I'm out here looking like a fool.
And you looking horrible.
Right. You know, because I have friends that be like, girl, you cute. You go out, you be like,
I look a mess.
girl, wait a minute.
Right.
Hey, you know, don't leave me out here. That's all I'm asking. Don't leave me out here. That's don't leave me out.
I agree with that 100%, Sharonda. Because I sure know, I'll tell Lisa in a minute. I'll be like, you know, I be trying to do my makeup. I was like, is my eyebrows too thick today?
Come on, girl. You see? Yeah. Now tell me something. Don't leave me out here now. Don't leave me out here. Or girl, I'm gonna put this color in my hair. You think it's gonna be cute on my skin tone? Don't tell me purple gonna look good on me with it. Don't leave me down there, Lord. Don't leave me down there. Okay? Just tell me, girl, that ain't for you. That ain't for your age, right? Tell me something.
Right.
Do something.
So a deal breaker for you guys is someone being dishonest, like sleeping with your man, husband.
Wait, who said that? Who said sleeping with your man?
I was just I did. I was just playing. I just had to.
No, but that's a for real deal breaker though.
That is a deal breaker.
Per Murray Povich, they could be honest and still sleep with your man. Okay? They still be honest.
That's true.
That's what Murray Povich said today.
True.
The girl was her best friend. She said, well, you knew I liked him the whole time. So, you know, that's I said.
Ooh, no.
Okay.
Oh,
so you be honest to do that there. My deal breaker is just don't leave me out here. That's all I'm at.
Don't leave the other. Be honest. Be honest.
Yeah, be honest.
If I call you at 2 a.m. and I tell you this nigga getting on my nerves, you better listen.
Right. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You better listen.
Yeah, you better listen.
He done talked me off the ledge a couple times. I'm like, I want her. And she's like, don't do that. Don't do that.
No, the best thing about Lisa is this, because for some reason I always knew this, and she'd be like, how did you know? It's always, how did you know? Lisa, are you in your car? How did you know? Where are you going? Well, I'm just going around the block. In front of the house, put the car in park. Okay. you know, type of stuff. See, I didn't leave it out there. I had to bring on back home.
Yeah, she's done that a couple times.
Bring it on back in.
She's done that like, where you on your way to?
While you're driving at 2 in the morning, where you going? Police out.
Listen,
Oh, it's been
Come
plenty
on back.
of
you
Come on back home.
always gotta have a good friend who got the voice of reason.
Oh,
Yes.
absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, you do.
That's what I was saying. I call her. She's my voice of reason. And
Yes.
I need just a little bit of word and some prayer to follow up to water that. I call Caroline. I just call her the next day, you know, at an appropriate hour.
So, Elise and Lisa, what were your 2 deal breakers?
Me?
Yeah, y'all 2. What was y'all deal breakers?
I think just backstabbing. If you're talking to me, if you're talking about me to another friend, if I share something intimate and you have your take on it, maybe you don't have the same take or whatever, you don't agree, and you share that with someone else.
Yes.
You know.
Hearing it back.
Yeah, hearing it back.
Especially with work friendships. That's the worst. Because you don't know who knows. So if I told Elise something and then I got it back from Dr. Irene, that means Jill know, Caroline.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Wait. And then here's the funny part. So when I told Elise, don't tell nobody but. So then when Elise tell Jill, Elise gonna say, Jill, don't tell nobody but. So everybody gonna say it. And then it's gonna come right on back to, it's like, but I told Elise, Lord have mercy.
There's not going to come back exactly the way you said it anyway, either.
No, it's going to be all twisted up.
No, it's about when it comes back juicier, when it comes back better. It's like, you be listening like, what?
Yeah.
I did that?
Who said that?
You're like,
Man.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, that's my deal breaker. If I share something with you and it's only supposed to be with you and to make it back to me.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would have to say, so friendships in general, I would probably say when things aren't mutual. Like I've had friendships where, you know how like you can share more or put more of yourself out there. Yeah. You are vulnerable with that person and it is not returned.
I've been that. Yeah. I've been that. You share everything.
Yeah.
But they're not as transparent.
Yeah.
Like I'm telling you about an issue I had with my guy, and you telling me about
your dog.
Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like it's just not the same. It's
right. Yeah. We are not here right now.
Right. It's like we're just not on the same like level of pouring into one another. It's like I'm giving and you taking and you just take. And it's when I feel like that, and I mean it takes a while to really kind of know that that's the pattern, that's what's happening. But once I kind of realize that, I'm like, nah, don't even worry about it, fam. What?
Right.
I'll catch you on the flip. No worries.
Right. Before I forget, I have a question.
Yeah, I have one too, because now you're raising some real questions. I
like okay. You see my eyebrow, you look
at. I got a question. Right. Yes. I like what she said.
My question to y'all is, what was the pivotal moment where you knew this is my friend? Right? Where you knew like your spirit told you this is my friend. Was it something big or was it something small?
Go
ahead and think about it.
I know the answer to this.
Okay, so I really cannot say, I'm just going to be honest, and I think Irene and I talk about this all the time. I really cannot say the actual day. I really can't even say the year we connected. I've been knowing Irene since March of 1997. But Irene and I did not actually click and become friends. I'm guessing to maybe like 2004, 2005. You think it might have been around
yeah.
I've been around that time or whatever. Mm-hmm. I can't even tell you how it happened. That's how I know it happened naturally. Because I can't tell you how it happened. It just happened. We've always been cool. Always been cool. We were in the same Sunday school classes together, the same Bible classes together. You know, the women at our church will do like Gurney Mills trips and all of that or whatever. As you can see, you know, the foundation of our relationship, you know, was church. Okay. But as far as when it clicked, I can't really say when it clicked, but I do remember a scenario. This was some years ago. It was some years ago. It was actually on a Mother's Day. It was like my worst Mother's Day ever. Yeah. And I remember coming outside to Irene's car and I cried like a baby. But it wasn't like, oh, I couldn't cry in front of her. No, it was just like, oh, I didn't have something. Coming out, like all my guards fell down. Like it was no like, oh, I can't tell her. I don't know what she's gonna think. I really can't be honest with her. Like all the guards just came down. It just happened. And it just seemed like from that day forward, like things just kind of, I was so honest with her that particular day. And I felt like she was like the only person I can truly be that honest with. I told her, then I told my husband. Now, my husband was pissed when I told him the story. It wasn't because, you know, Irene, but the fact is she was the first one that I told, but she was right there. As soon as it happened, she was right there and things just kind of.
Yeah, that was definitely the turning point. Yeah, because I was angry. Like when she told me I was angry and I wanted her to be vindicated and, you know, I didn't think it was right. And, you know, that was definitely the turning point because she was brutally honest. I was brutally honest, you know, and you just ain't mad because what happened to your friend and you want to defend her and all this. So, and but it was very organic, but our relationship, it had really built up little things here and there, you know, talking. We wasn't even talking on the phone every day at that point. I just think we just started talking and it was very, very, very organic because I just keep thinking about how we just was always around each other. We're always there for each other. We always found each other. We could be in a room with our whole entire women's ministry. We would end up being together. Very, very natural. And so that's how our friendship started. And so now I can't think of a time when we weren't friends or when we weren't together. And then like that happened to her on Mother's Day. That next year, I started experiencing having all these miscarriages. And I would be like, I would tell her, oh, I'm pregnant. And I'd be so excited. And then I would be like, oh my God, you know, I miscarried. You know, she would be there. And, you know, I would be so emotional. She'd be like, no, you're going to have a baby, you know, praying with me and all these different things. And so, but I wouldn't share that with anyone else but her, you know. And then like, at church, we eventually tell like our leaders or whatever. And then people want to prophesy to me or, you know, and I was the ball of emotions. I would always just go to her at church and be holding on to her. Because you know, she knew everything. So it was just, we just let go and trusted each other. And then we walked through a lot of the same friendships. We kind of had some of the same friendships in church. And so people are going to always expose themselves. Y'all know the mask got to eventually come off. Your real person going to show up. So people's true self came alive. And so me and her, we would see that. And so it just made me want to be even more honest and more of a friend to her because I would see how hurt she would be over deception and different things like that. And then she would see the same thing for me, like, what? They did that to you? You know, we watched it happen in each other's face. And so we just would be there when different friendships imploded. And so we kind of like, not ran to each other, but we were there for each other. And then I knew like, these are Kiran's triggers. Like, I'm never going to do this to her. I'm always going to have her back. And then she was the same way with me. Yeah. And so that's how I still get the questions to this day. And she said, we've been knowing each other since 1997. Oh, I can't believe y'all still friends. Why? That is sad that you believe. You know what I'm saying? I think that's sad that you can't, that you don't know the joy or fulfillment of having a true friend where you're almost like sisters at heart. Like that's sad that you actually say, oh no, I'm not friends with her. Like, no, no, we're still friends. We're in business together. We trust each other. Our husbands are friends, so our children are family,
Yes,
and so
absolutely.
that's just how it is with us. So yeah.
So to answer your question, can't really say the exact date.
But you did.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That moment when
did.
your wall came down, that's when you knew
Yeah.
she was your friend in that moment.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
it's similar to when I realized when Cameron was my friend. I had surgery. I went through something, and literally, she was the one person that. This is before you, Lisa. You wasn't there yet, but because I know you would have called, you would have.
Yeah.
But she genuinely cared. Like, don't come back to work until you're ready. Like, really, I was like, man, this girl really cares. You know what I mean? Yeah. Nobody from work, my supervisor, nobody checked on me. No one called. No one did anything, but she did, and that meant a lot. With Lisa, I realized that I wanted to be her friend. And let me explain. Something happened where somebody told Lisa something. And Lisa thought that I said it. And Lisa had stopped talking to me for like days. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? Because I was out of the office. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Hey, Lisa, I just shut down.
Like,
I just shut down.
Because
if I say the wrong thing, I'm like, okay, I don't know. So I just shut down. I gotta watch everything now. Now I gotta watch everything.
So I sat by the door. So everybody that came in, like, they seen me first, right? So Lisa will come in and be like, hey, like, I'm like, what the hell? First day, oh, okay, well, maybe she's on a period or something. I don't know what's wrong with this girl. And the next day, I'm like, well, what the hell's going on? So she finally decided to bring me to the side and tell me what was going on. I seen the pain in her face because it really hurt her. But when I told her it wasn't me and explained it couldn't have been me because one, I wasn't in the office, and two, I didn't even know. So in that moment, I cared. Like, I really cared about how she was feeling. Like, my heart, I was like, I wouldn't do that to you. And I was feeling it, and I'm like, man, like, this could be something for me. Then, as a side note, everybody, so when Lisa started, people thought that we were twins. So she will go to our other building and they will call her me.
Like, that's not my name.
Right. So I had to be for it. I was like, oh, girl, go over there, girl. Go over there. Moment, I care so much for her. And I'm like, okay, so like when she will call me or whatever, I made sure she was always all right.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess that's kind of different for the friendship because I was like, I see something in her that was magnificent to me. You know what I mean? She's loud.
That's so sweet.
Never said
you know what I mean? Like, she's my twin. She's loud. She's
that's
fun.
Sweet.
I'm more quiet. I'm chill. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But when I care, because I don't care. If anybody else in that office would have came and told me, I would have been like, get the freak over it. I didn't you know what I mean?
So funny.
Get over it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I wasn't attached. I don't care. If you believe it, believe it. Whatever. Blow it out your nose. But with her, I was more like, oh, Lisa, I wouldn't have done that to you. And I was just like, I'm finna cry. Oh my God.
Oh.
My heartstrings. I don't even like people like this. So
and I agree. I knew that about her. She was like, she don't like people. I said, but she come talk to me. So I felt special. I was like, she don't even like people. She's down here. And I used to, I used to look out the corner of my eye. She come to my desk like, what? And she would always be open and welcoming and crack jokes. And even when I was stressed out and didn't know how to manage my desk at the time or just getting to learn the culture of where we were working in the business, she would walk me through it and be like, it's okay, calm down. This is how we do it or whatever. So that's how that relationship was cultivated. We just we stop at each other's desk, we talk, we know when to stop and talk and we know when to walk away, because we could be in laughing and hee-hee-ha, and as soon as that door opened, I'm walking away and she back. I mean, it could be abrupt. We could be talking and I'll be like, and she'll say, you already know who's coming behind me. It didn't matter. And I would always sneak around to, Karen's desk just to talk to her. Her and I started talking because people would come to my desk and ask me to post stuff. It was work related. And then her and I got to, talking, and I came over asking her some questions. And then before you knew, we talking about tea and snacks. Now I'm at her desk for tea. Now she ordering boxes of tea for me. She's telling me about different snacks, and we talking about family and, husbands, kids, all of that. So it, it developed over time.
Yeah. What was your question, Lisa?
Oh,
she forgot.
It was a good one too. It had to do with what he said. What did she say? You were talking about reciprocating. So my question was going to be, well, I'll just be transparent. I got neighbors. I became close with my next door neighbor and my neighbor across the street. Everybody's married. All the husbands, hang out with me. I'm getting married, but all the guys hang out, the wives hang out. But one neighbor in particular, we share, the issues, relationship issues, kind of bounce off some things. They've been married longer. So I might ask some questions like, how would you handle, or what are your thoughts? Mm-hmm. But I always felt like I was sharing, and you act like ain't nothing going on over there. I mean, nothing. Like Pleasantville.
Oh my God.
Not that there has to be any drama, but
right.
Like, are you
I get it.
Human? Like,
Right.
Yep.
So my question would be, is that a friend?
I think it goes both ways. I share with you, you share with me. But it also goes back to the individual as well. Maybe she feels that you all aren't there yet, even though you feel that you're there because you share with her. But maybe she's not, no, I'm not ready to share with her. Like, I don't know, maybe it's that level of trust that she hasn't quite developed with you just yet.
And I think I'm offended by that.
Well,
do you know what I mean?
Sharing all, and you ain't sharing nothing.
Or how about this? How about you scope the scene? How many friends do she have? We're at an age now where a lot of us are scorned because we've been through the bad friendships. So is this a person who's been scorned and who has a wall, right? Mm-hmm. Because of what she's been through. That doesn't mean she's less of a friend. It just means she's moving at a slower pace than you.
Yeah,
or put up some boundaries.
Right. I was gonna say, or she has boundaries, but I was gonna ask how you said she was married. No, I'm asking, you said she was married or was she engaged?
She's still married. I'm engaged. I try to bounce off, some of the issues, and nothing dramatic. Like, I'm not dumb.
No, right.
But just sharing, and she just never shared an issue, like never had a problem. Y'all been married 22 years. Y'all had no.
No. Well, I was gonna say, this person. I know a girl that never shared anything about her relationship. I didn't ask, so this is actually secondhand information. I never asked her because I didn't care, but she was married to this guy, and what you're saying, her good friend was saying the same thing. Like, I'm sharing with her about my relationship. I'm engaged to get married, and she doesn't say anything. We found out that her husband was just crazy. Like, he was whacked out, and the stuff that he was doing to her, mental and physical and emotional abuse. And so she just didn't say anything. And then once it got out, they're divorced now. And now she's like, I just didn't, I felt trapped and I just didn't say anything. I'm not saying that's your neighbor. I just know that Mitchron just said this. I'm like, I'm so glad my husband is the way he is everywhere, because there are people that's miserable in their marriages or miserable. You know, she might feel if she tells you something, you might judge her. I'm not saying that you would, and she hasn't gotten to know you to know that you wouldn't judge her.
Right.
But some of these people are miserable, and their marriages aren't what they seem on the outside. Some people are traumatized. And so I'm not saying that she is, but it could be more than her not being your friend. You know, you might want to listen for clues, because she might, you know, she might eventually break down and tell you, or you might see clues that things aren't the way they seem. You never know, because this particular person, she couldn't even talk to her mama. Like, that's how traumatized he had her. Yeah, she couldn't even share with her mother. Her mama didn't even know like anything about their wedding date. All that was red flag, you know. And you know, now that they're divorced and now that she's kind of speaking freely about it, she was like, I was living in hell, you know, and I couldn't share it with anybody. So I don't know, but some women do tend to shut down when it comes to their relationships. Now, me, I'm very, you know, transparent. You know, I don't share everything, but the road to getting married, you know, I definitely share, you know, that, because like you said, it's a lot of ups and downs, and you know, I believe I went through things to help people, but everybody doesn't, you know, everybody's not that way. So I mean, it's good you have someone like Sharon. I know she's, you know, she'll share, but it's something could be going on with her, or like Sharonda said, she could be still trying to see what she can tell you, because she might be telling you, girl, he hit me upside my head at night. You don't know what
but that's what I'm saying. I'm not even talking about that. I could say, I don't know, Stan irritated me because I cleaned up and he came from the gym and just took off all his clothes and threw them right on the bathroom floor, gotten shaved, and left it like right there, and like got out the shower, got dressed. I'm about to go hang out with the fellas. You know, I'm talking about like stuff like that. I'm not talking about no drama, no other one. Like, and I'm irritated. Like, do you not care? Do you not care that I you know, that I just, but then let him clean up, and I leave my teacup on the nightstand without a coaster, and there's a ring.
Too funny.
I'm talking about stuff like that, ladies. I'm not talking about, oh, my husband was out doing that. I'm not talking about that. Yeah. I'm just talking about, am I wrong? Like, is there something twisted about that, or not even that?
Yeah, I would back up.
Not even that.
Right. Yeah.
I agree.
That's all I mean, you know.
Yeah.
I agree with Dr. Irene. A lot of people probably are living in situations that otherwise they just aren't able to expose, even though to you that might sound so simple, but to her, a person who's been going through something that might be traumatic, she has to keep up the perfect Patty look. And I do agree with Sharonda that sometimes for a lot of people, it takes time for them to allow those walls to come down. Yep. Lisa, you mentioned something in the beginning when you opened up. You said that like you cool with this husband and wife and this husband and wife and this husband and wife. You got to be mindful that this is not like work where I can just quit my job and I'm up and I'm gone. And I ain't got to never see y'all again. This is my house. So that means if I tell you and you go tell Sharonda, Sharonda go tell Elise, all y'all live around, we all on the same block.
Yeah.
I can't just pick up and leave.
Right.
That's true.
I'll be like, and then I would hate for the wrong, you know what I mean? I would hate, you know, I mean, these episodes of Snap be real. I would hate that the energy ain't towards the person who causing the drama. Right. And she come knocking on your door like, oh, you know what I mean? Right. So I think it's a level up. She's trying to, and I mean, let's just be real. Who really cool with their neighbors like that? I mean,
I don't do it. Nope.
I'm not
really that cool with my neighbors.
I don't talk to none of them.
I don't even know their name.
I just need to know who lives there. I know. So in case somebody tries to rob you, I need to know that they don't live there.
Right.
Exactly. That's about it.
My neighbors to talk to me about. Did you see somebody come by my house? Yeah. Who dropped off this pack?
Exactly.
That's what I need you.
Like you said, I just want to know, did they move out because they got a 3-bedroom vacancy that's open? That's open. That's what I want to know about my neighbors. Lisa, I would just back up and be like, let me just stop telling her stuff or stop trying to make that connection and just back up. If you back up and then she noticed that you backing up and she's like, I wonder why she ain't talking to me. You know,
right. Do it like you did Sharonda.
Yeah.
right. Why she ain't sharing? She not sharing with me.
She's like, hi. Or take it here. Find out what she like and talk to her only about her interests. If she doesn't talk then you already know.
Yeah.
Don't make it about your relationship because she's married or whatever. Skip it. Hey, you like shopping.
Good
Girl,
idea.
You go to Jewel's, you like to go to Myers, you know what I mean?
Right.
Something like that.
Now that I agree that we do like we'll both shop like the grocery store. Oh, this on sale, you know, whatever, or the mall, or that we do. But like on a
if she can't share
having lunch from shopping,
right? You gotta talk about something. If she can't share about the trivial, she can't share about the deep. And I was like, it don't get deep on her if you can't even meet halfway on the trivial.
That's true.
Don't keep it as in, girl, you get your sales paper this week. I did too. See you later.
Yes.
Okay.
That is so true.
You know, going to prom. Nobody going to prom. See you next. See you in the summer. Because you know, I mean, she could be scorned. Somebody maybe, you know, like we say with the whole rumor thing. We say something and then it got back to her husband and it caused friction in her household.
Yeah.
You a neighbor.
Yeah.
No, you just never know. So leave it on the surface, and if she start going deep, hey, you still leave it at the surface because you already did your deepness. You look
Yes.
That's it. That's it.
You sold your seed.
right.
Sold your seed.
Girl, come on in, and then you say no.
Right.
Something that
that's good.
Something that Kirana always say. We always talk about like knowing where people are, like what shelf are they on, you know. And so as your neighbor, you know, so you're a good-hearted person. I'm not saying she's not, but you gonna have to just make her a neighbor, an associate. Just
and it's okay.
Hey, I can talk to her about the weather, my meat, you know, shopping, hair, whatever it is. Very general, because you've tried the deep. You know, you've tried the relationship, you look for advice and things like that. If she's not giving it, then like Lisa, back it on up, just moonwalk on back and just stick with the surface.
Really,
you know,
reel it on
really back
in. Yeah, because you know, you have people like Sharon that's married that you can talk to, and you know, I know her and her husband. You know, if you're looking for advice or marital advice or whatever it is, they have a very successful marriage. So, you know, hey, God will send you the right people. Trust me.
Yep.
He will. I don't never cry over nobody. I was like, bye. Because he's gonna send, he sends the right people, to you. So
yeah.
But
I understand where you're coming from though. Because I do understand sometimes you glean from wisdom for people who have been, it's like you've been married 22 years. How did y'all do it? Right. I mean, ultimately, I'm sure once we get married, we're gonna be calling y'all like, now how?
Yeah.
Because I might call you, Lisa, and say, now
I'll tell you all the business. I know how to date. I know how to date. Up to this point, I know how to date.
When is the big day? When are you getting married?
July 14th of 2023.
Oh, good. Yay.
That's the time.
You got some time. Good planning.
Yes.
So well, oh my gosh, it's been such a good conversation. You guys were like the best. Thank you so much for coming on our podcast. We're going to wrap it up. So I want to know, do you guys have any social medias you want people to know about, any businesses that you want people to know about? Because we definitely will send the traffic your way. Anybody, an entrepreneur. I know you have a music group, at least I know you sing, if you have a business, but I don't know if you sing for hire, if somebody wants to call and have you sing at their event. Yeah. Okay. She's an amazing singer, so we will make sure put your information out there.
Cool. I actually, you know what? It's EliseBaker.com. or you can follow me. You know, all of my social media handles are at Elise Baker, whether it be Facebook or Instagram, YouTube. You know, definitely hit me up there, and of course, all of those social media platforms you can contact me for booking as well. But of course, I mean, you know, catch me every Sunday. You know, Living Word Christian Center. Holla at your girl.
Thank you, Jill. Do you have? I know you have your own business, so but I know you're flipping. You're doing the money thing. You have you want to share?
I unfortunately are not on any social media except for like LinkedIn. Really? I am the extroverted introvert. You know what I mean? Like, you will see me now. We gonna get rowdy, and then it'd be like, okay, that was the end.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying to get her back on Facebook.
I don't have any social media. I love you all. You can find me on LinkedIn. So, I do have a professional page. You're gonna link professionally, okay?
Your boundary. Got it. That's your boundary.
Find her on LinkedIn. Okay. Sharonda, do you have a business you want to shout out? We want people to be able to know. Okay.
No. Where can we find you? If they want to follow you, they want to connect with you. Where can we find you on social media?
Oh, my name. Only on Facebook.
And that's Sharonda with a CHRAN.
No O's, please. No O's. No O's.
Yes.
The best, let me tell y'all, the best part is when you spell your name, they spell it wrong and tell you how to spell your name. Oh no, you got to. No, I don't. Where did you get that from? I told you no.
That's it. That's
right.
It. That's
it. Right.
Just try to spell Jill with a G.
Baby, I feel your pain. You know, I feel you.
I get called everything but Elise. Elise, Alicia, Alice, Alicia, Allison, Allison.
Where did you get that from?
It's okay. It's like, I'm Gail. I'm Gail all the time.
Yeah,
Gail.
Jill.
Hooked on phonics worked for me. I'm just saying.
I'm telling you. Baby. Jeez.
Yes. What about you, Lisa? Do you have a business that you want to shout out?
No, I don't. I don't have a business, but I mean, I'm on Instagram. Don't worry, I don't have anything ratchet on there. I'm boring.
Is it under Lisa Perm?
It's under Mona Lisa Smiles.
Mona Lisa.
Oh, Mona Lisa Smiles. I like that. I like that. So, okay, well, that's good. You guys, we have had a wonderful conversation with these amazing women. And based on our conversation, as you can see, you can manage and have work relationships. You just have to know how to navigate them. Yes. Be very, very open and honest with your communication, boundaries, and your expectations of the friendship. And I think that they will be successful. So we hope you enjoyed this podcast. Make sure you like, comment, and share. And leave a comment below. Let us know. And if you want to reach out to any of these women, just please leave it in the comment box. Until next time, thank you, ladies. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. And bye, besties.
Thanks for joining us today. See you next time.